everyone, it's Charlie. Hopefully you've had a chance to see Spider-Man Far From Home. I've gotten a lot of messages about possible references to some really big cosmic things, so I'll try to address that in this Easter eggs video. I'll also talk about what's going on with Marvel's Comic-Con panel, which is happening in a couple weeks. It's going to be 90 minutes long, so there's going to be a lot of Marvel Phase 4 stuff that they revealed during that. We're doing an IMAX ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Spider-Man comment on the video. So obviously, spoiler warning if you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home yet. There are so many Easter eggs and so many references, but we have to talk about the post-credit scene and some of the really big ones. So in the final post-credit scene, it's revealed that Nick Fury is on the Sword space station from the comics, teasing some really big Marvel Phase 4 cosmic things to come. It's probably one of the most mind-blowing things that they do with the movie. It starts as a funny joke, but then as you start to realize what it really means for the future, it becomes even crazier. So there's a line earlier in the film that now people are re-examining in this more cosmic context that seems like it's winking more at Silver Surfer. So before the big final fight between Spider-Man and Mysterio, Happy is flying Peter to London on the plane to stop Mysterio, save his friends. He reveals the special suit fabrication device hidden in the back of the plane. Peter starts making his new Steve Ditko Spider-Man suit while Happy plays the AC/DC Back in Black as an homage to Iron Man, listening to AC/DC and building his original Iron Man suits. They have that funny moment. I love Led Zeppelin because Peter doesn't totally understand all classic rock bands. As they approach the city, they need to warn Nick Fury and Maria Hill that Mysterio has been lying to them this whole time and he's behind the elemental attacks. But Mysterio is using the Edith glasses to monitor all their phones and communications, so Happy has to use a special secret code to let Nick Fury know what's really going on. So after Happy drops Spider-Man in the fake storm, he has that funny moment, we need to have a serious conversation about you and my Aunt May after this. Happy calls Nick Fury's phone to warn him, who has this funny reaction at the side of Happy. Who the hell are you? Yeah, I know, let's get on with this. There's this big joke in the movie about Nick Fury and phones in general, Peter ducking his calls, ghosting him, sending him straight to voicemail. Mysterio even ghosts Nick Fury at the end of the film on the comms right before the big London Tower Bridge fight, because the evil henchman he's been using to create all his dialogue doesn't come up with a new excuse for him to give Nick Fury fast enough. Oh, that's some bullshit. But the thing that everyone's been calling the Silver Surfer Easter egg is Happy's actual coded message to Nick Fury. This is what he says. So the message is, apparently Mr. Stark was going through his belongings and there was a surfboard you left behind. People over there said Nick Fury's not really a surfer. Tony said appearances can be deceiving. Nick Fury responds with the corresponding coded answer to the message angrily saying, the surfboard isn't mine, don't ever call this number again, then hangs up. So everyone is just thinking that the mention of the surfboard is so utterly specific when they could have said anything in that message that it's Marvel winking at Silver Surfer. He's a Fantastic Four character. There have been lots of rumors about a Fantastic Four reboot movie coming before they reboot the X-Men characters. You may remember talk about a Silver Surfer movie being in development or being talked about way back before Avengers Endgame came out. Kevin Feige actually did an interview clarifying that Adam McKay, who's done a lot of cleanup work on Ant-Man and earlier movies for them, helped them out with little minor jams that they've been in, has talked about wanting to do a Silver Surfer movie. This is the clip of Kevin Feige talking about that.
I don't know if you heard, I spoke to McKay the other day. Adam McKay said, Silver Surfer movie, I might need to give Feige a call. Have you gotten the call?
I've not gotten a call yet, but I've seen Adam tonight and at a number of these awards, and he is not only, as everybody knows, an incredibly smart guy, he's an honest-to-goodness fan.
Yeah.
And you know, he did a lot of sort of behind-the-scenes help with us on the first Ant-Man film. And have you seen Vice? Little cameo, little Galactus cameo in there that we helped him get. So I look forward to speaking with him more.
Is there a Fox property you're just excited to potentially get your hands on in particular?
The truth is, I'm excited for all of them. I'm excited, and it's not just the marquee names. You know, there are hundreds of names on those documents, on those agreements, and the fact that Marvel is as close as we may ever get now to having access to all of the characters is something I've been dreaming about for my almost 20 years at Marvel, and it's very exciting.
So taking that all in, it's clear that Marvel is thinking a lot about Silver Surfer separately from X-Men and Fantastic Four stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of talks going on behind the scenes. So you could take that special coded Nick Fury Happy Hogan message as a Silver Surfer Easter egg. But I also think part of that joke with the surfboard about Nick Fury being a surfer is them setting up the post-credit scene joke of him being on the beach in that Tahiti-like simulation enjoying some vacation downtime between threats. which was the whole reason that he asked Talos and his wife to use their Skrull powers to stand in for him on Earth and hand off Iron Man's Edith glasses to Spider-Man. Now, they have that big joke during the post-credit scene where Talos is like, yeah, we gave the kid the glasses like you said, but then things kind of went off the rails, and you really need to come back. People were asking, where are the Avengers? What do I tell them? I have no idea where the Avengers are. So Nick Fury is like, okay, fine, everybody back to work, chop chop. Has anyone seen my shoes? So if they're doing all this big cosmic stuff in the post-credit scene, would it make sense that they also have some funny cosmic jokes earlier in the film too? The only issue I see with them doing Silver Surfer Easter eggs this early is that the movie was shot before the Fox Disney deal had closed, and until that had happened, they legally weren't allowed to reference or talk about any X-Men or Fantastic Four stuff. Yes, technically the rights to the Fantastic Four movies and those characters were never owned by Fox, they're owned by Constantine Films, it's just that Constantine Films had an ongoing long-term distribution deal with Fox. So when all the Fox Marvel characters came back to Marvel after the buyout deal closed, it's safe to assume that Marvel would have also made separate arrangements to secure the Fantastic Four characters. Even if Constantine Films were locked into a long-term distribution deal with Fox, that was all rendered moot when Disney bought Fox and the deal closed. Worst case scenario with the future Fantastic Four movies is that Marvel has to do a similar sharing deal with that studio as it does with Sony in the Spider-Man characters. Just to put that into context, right now Sony is getting ready to have its first Spider-Man movie to make $1 billion worldwide with Spider-Man Far From Home. It's on track to earn $1 billion worldwide. All Marvel has to do when it negotiates with these other studios that still have some residual rights to certain characters is say, $1 billion. Just hold up a sign with $1 billion on it and tell them you're never going to make this kind of money trying to make your own movie with these characters. So just let us use them however we want. We'll share some of the money with you, and you don't have to do jack shit. Just sit there and cash the checks that we send you. So moving into Comic-Con, Marvel just confirmed their big Comic-Con Hall H panel for Saturday night in a couple weeks. It's their normal night that they always do it on. It's going to be 90 minutes long. That's huge. That means Black Widow movie preview, maybe some footage because they're still filming it right now. Short preview for the Eternals movie. They haven't started shooting that yet, but it's supposed to be the next big movie in Marvel Phase 4 after the Black Widow movie next year. They might bring some Avengers back for a special celebratory moment on stage, like, look at all the awesome stuff that we did in the last 10 years. Probably a full schedule of Marvel Phase 4 films for just the next 4 years. We know what most of those are. Maybe they'll announce Spider-Man 3, which should come out in 2021, which is 2 years from now. We actually just got some news that Kraven might be one of the villains of that movie, including the Scorpion, because they'll be coming back. They weren't in Spider-Man Far From Home, but there are a couple of villains left over at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming that will come back for Spider-Man 3.
It's on our little spider friend. I've got some boys on the outside who'd love to meet him. You know, take a picture, slice his throat, put his head in a dryer.
Don't worry, I'll do separate videos about Spider-Man 3 and the Spider-Man stuff happening in Marvel Phase 4 later this week. But they might also do a new preview for the Marvel Phase 4 Avengers spin-off TV series, like the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, where Falcon has already become Captain America, the Scarlet Witch Vision series, and then the Hawkeye series. They still have not confirmed that they're doing a Hawkeye series, but all the Hollywood trades have reported that it's in development, and even Jeremy Renner was talking about it at recent convention appearances. Very, very small chance that they announce when their Fantastic Four reboot movie is going to happen, or at least that they're working on it, even if it doesn't have a hard release date yet, which I don't think that it does. And maybe an updated timeline on what's going on with new X-Men characters coming in. But Kevin Feige already said that it would be a long time before X-Men characters started appearing in Marvel movies, so that might not happen till the very end of Marvel Phase 4, early Phase 5. Like, say, 4 or 5 years down the road. It's going to be a while.
Many secrets.
How many?
Many secrets would be ideal. And I think the Disney marketing team is the best in the world, and we'll be able to pull it off.
So like I said, I'm working on a Spider-Man 3 teaser video and more Easter egg videos. Those will be coming later this week. If you have any big questions that you want me to do bonus videos about, just let me know in the comments. Congratulations, Next Legacy. You're the giveaway winner for my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Click here for the Spider-Man Far From Home post-credit scenes, and click here for that full Spider-Man Far From Home Easter eggs video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.